Just everyone just take down this question. So we'll be doing the next set of problems today. So we'll be doing a problem on locus method and non-locus method. Okay? Using the same problem. Okay, there will be only small change in both the questions. Okay, so because of that small change, what is the change in projection? We'll see that. Okay, so we'll see both locus method as well as non-locus method problem today. Okay, on a square lamina. So first we'll solve a non-locus problem, then we'll move on to locus problem. Okay. So this is the question given to you: a square lamina A, B, C, and D of 40 mm side rests on corner C. So they are clearly given to you. It is resting on which corner? Okay. It is resting on corner C, such that the diagonal AC. Okay. So diagonal AC, that is this diagonal AC, appears to be at 45 degree to VP. So they are given that this diagonal AC is inclined at 45 degree to vertical plane. Is inclined at 45 degree to vertical plane. And the next sentence, the two sides BC and CD, that is BC and CD, containing the corner make equal inclinations with HP. Okay, make equal inclinations with HP. What does this sentence mean is, if this is 45 degrees, this angle and this angle will be same. This is just to confuse you. Okay, if this is 45 degrees, this two edges will make equal inclination with respect to horizontal plane. Okay, and then last sentence, the surface of the lamina makes 30 degree with HP. Draw its top and front views. Okay, draw it top and front views. So here in the question, you have to first identify where it is placed, whether it is resting on horizontal plane, whether it is resting on horizontal plane, or whether it is resting on vertical plane. So here in the sentence, where is it? So a square lamina ABCD of 40 mm side rests on corner C. Okay, rests on corner C such that diagonal AC appears to be inclined to VP at 45 degrees, and here the surface of the lamina makes 30 degree with HP. So here with this sentence, we'll come to know that with this last sentence, surface of the lamina, okay, the surface of the lamina is making an angle with respect to horizontal plane. So your true shape of the lamina in the first step will be on horizontal plane here. Okay, it is resting, your lamina is resting on horizontal plane. So you have to draw it here. Okay, you have to draw it here. So once you identify where it is placed, okay, next is you have to identify whether it is resting on edge or whether it is resting on corner. Okay, you have to identify that. Here they have clearly mentioned resting on, it is resting on corner. It is resting on corner. Okay, so either you have to place this way or this way. You have to place this way like a rhombus. If it is resting on corner, if it is resting on edge, you have to place it like this. Okay, you have to place it like this. So draw this. Okay, draw this. So once you draw that, once you draw the top view, in the first step, draw the projections and obtain the front view. Okay, this is your step one. This is your step one. Okay, and without fail, show the dimensions here. Okay, without fail, you have to show the dimensions. So after this, what is the next step? So remember, whenever a lamina is resting on horizontal plane, next in the second step, you have to take the angle with respect to horizontal plane. Then last with respect to vertical plane. Now you have to consider this sentence. Surface of the lamina makes an angle 30 degree with HP. You have to rotate this and draw this here. Just draw a line at an angle 30 degrees and just transfer this here. Okay, transfer this here. This length, this and this will be same. Once you obtain this, draw the projection lines. Draw the projection lines to obtain this top view. So once you do this, last step, they have given what? What they have given? The diagonal AC. The diagonal AC appears to be inclined to VP at 45 degrees. So there are two diagonals here. Okay. Which are those two diagonals? One is here, okay, one is here, the other diagonal is here. Now out of these two diagonals, they have given angle with respect to which diagonal? They have given angle with respect to which diagonal? So whenever they give appears to be inclined, okay, appears to be inclined. So this angle, whichever is given to you, is not true angle. Is not true angle. It is not true angle. Okay, it is not true angle. It is apparent angle. Okay, that is, it is the angle is given with respect to this apparent length of the diagonal. So here you have true length of a diagonal because here you have drawn true shape of the square. So this whatever diagonal you have, let me just erase everything on the screen. So here whatever diagonal which you have here, it's a true length of a diagonal. Okay, there are two lengths. One is true length of a diagonal which is present in the first step. Then second is when you rotate this by an angle 30 degrees, here you have apparent shape and here you have apparent diagonal. So here whenever a sentence they give appears to be inclined, okay, appears to be at 45 degree to VP or appears to be, it means they have given the angle with respect to apparent length of this diagonal. Okay, apparent length of this diagonal. Getting at apparent length of this diagonal. They have not given this with respect to this. If they give appears to be inclined. So in the next problem, we'll only change this word. So instead of this appears, I just remove this and write is inclined. If they give is inclined, then they give the angle with respect to this. So when they give angle with respect to appears to be inclined, it is non-locus method. Okay. Can you find any locus line? There is no locus line here. Okay. What is locus method? You will see it in the next problem. Okay. Here it is directly given. So what you have to do is you have to first place this diagonal onto this CA. Okay. Then obtain these two using your compass. Okay. Obtain these two using your compass. Complete this. Okay. Complete this square. Okay. Apparent shape of the square. Okay. So make sure this and this are same. Then after this, you just draw the projection line. Complete your front view. Complete your front view. Complete your front view. Okay. Now let's see this in Google Sketchup. Google Sketchup. Let me just create a new file here. Let me just delete her. And let me just convert this to orthographic projection. And let me see which is the front view. Yeah. Front view. Now let me just first create the horizontal plane. Then let me create a vertical plane. Okay. Let me create a vertical plane. And let me create a rhombus. Let me take this as the length. Okay, fine. Okay, this is fine. Then let me just make this as a component. So let me just color it. Okay. Let me just color it. Yes. Where did that go? Yeah, it is here. Colors. Let me just take this as a red color. And let me just move this up along with the blue axis. Okay. And let me just move this here. So this is your first step. Okay, it is resting on horizontal plane. So when you see the views, this is your front view and this is your top view. Let me just move this little here. Okay, fine. Okay, I'm just placing it little above. But when you're drawing it, you have to place it exactly on horizontal plane, and your front view will be on XY line. Okay, it will not be above XY line. Now, let me move on to the second step. The surface of this lamina. This is the surface. Surface of this lamina is inclined to HP at how much? 30 degrees. Let me just take one more here. Then let me just rotate this surface at an angle 30 degrees. Okay, this is how it is. Okay, so when it is in this position, let's see how does it look. So these are the front views in the first position and in the second position, and this is your top view. This is your top view. That's what you have drawn here. Okay, that's what you have drawn here, right? First and second position. Okay. So after this, last step, this diagonal, that is this diagonal. So it is resting on this point on horizontal plane. That is, this point is point C, okay, corner C. So this diagonal AC, okay, appears to be inclined to VP at 45 degrees. You see here, let me see the top view. So this is apparent length of a diagonal here. Here you have true length of a diagonal. So here whatever they have given is with respect to this apparent length. Okay, the angle which is given to you is with respect to apparent length. Okay, with respect to apparent length, let me just move it and see the last position here, and let me just rotate it. Okay, let me just rotate it. So here I'll take this point. Okay, I'll take this point and I'll take it along this. Let me see the top view so I can see it properly. Yeah. 45 degrees. Yeah. We place it properly, 45 degrees. Let me just move it here. So this is 45 degrees. Okay, 45 degrees. This is how it is. Now let's see when it is this apparent length of diagonal is inclined at 45 degrees. How does it appear to you in the front view and in the top view? So this is your top view, first position, second position, and final position. Okay, and this is your front view. This is your front view. So that is what you are obtaining here. That's what you have obtained here. So let's see this, how to draw it in solid edge, and you do it manually. Okay, you do it manually. Let me come here. You can start doing it. First, draw the XY line. Okay, indicate vertical plane, horizontal plane, and indicate X and Y. Let me just insert a new sheet here. Then let me draw the XY line. And XY line thickness is 0.05. The continuous line. Here, from one end to other end, I'll just draw the XY line. Okay. Then just right here, capital X, here capital Y, and above XY line, it is a vertical plane. So below XY line, it is horizontal plane. Below XY line, it is horizontal plane. Now you have to draw the square of sides 40 mm, and when you draw square of side 40 mm, make sure you draw it with thick line. Here, what I'll do is, so when you do it manually, how to draw a rhombus? How to draw a rhombus? First, let me just draw one thin line, thin horizontal line. Okay, Let me take the thickness of that line as you also do it. First, you draw a thin line here, a thin horizontal line. Okay, a thin horizontal line. After that, with this point, place your protractor there. Place your protractor there. Okay, place your protractor here and draw a line. Just measure 45 degrees. Draw a line at an angle 45 degrees of 40 mm length. So here, what I'll do is I'll draw the length as 40 mm. You can see here, I'm taking a length of 40 mm and the angle of this is 45 degrees. Okay. So what you do is you can use your compass. Okay, you can use your compass. What I'll do is it is just crossing the XY line. I'll just move this down. Select it and just move it down here. Okay. So what you do is first measure 45 degrees using your compass, then draw a line. You use your compass and cut an arc of 40 mm here. Okay. Now, how will you complete your rhombus? Then here, from here to, I'll take 40 mm as radius. Okay, 40 as radius. Take your compass and just cut an arc of 40 here. Okay, cut an arc of 40. Okay, let me just extend this line. Okay, then after this what? How will you complete your again from this point, take 40 mm as radius. Okay, cut one arc here. Okay, again with this point. Okay, here just place it and take 40 mm and complete this. Okay, once you do this, just join all these points with thick line. Okay, thick line. Let me join them with thick line. I'm joining them with thick line. I'm just joining them with thick line. Yeah, I'm joining them with thick line. This is how you have to do a square like a rhombus. After this, just give the names. So since it is resting on corner C, we'll give this as point C. This as A. Okay? This as A, and this as B, A, B, C, and then this as D. And show the dimension here. Okay. So whenever you show it like this, you have to show the dimension here. Okay. Whenever it is resting on corner, you better show the dimension here. No need to show the dimension on the right hand side. You have to always show the dimension on the left hand side. I'll take smart dimension. You just properly just place it and place this. Okay. Place this and place the dimension. Place the dimension. So after this, you have to just draw the projection lines to obtain the front view in the first position. So when drawing projection lines, it should be of thin lines. Okay. So I have to draw these 2 points, right? Just to avoid, I'll just from here, I know these 2 points are on the same line. Okay. I'll just draw the projection only from here to here. Okay. I'll not draw it from here. But practically it is for both. Okay. The projection line is for both. One for this and one for this. And this one more here. Okay. And join the front view. So whenever you do it in the computers, right? Such problems for planes, you have to join this with 2 separate lines. Don't join with a single line here. Okay, don't join it with a single line. It's better you draw it with 2 separate lines. 2 separate lines. Because you have to measure this. You should be knowing this length and you should be knowing this length. Because you'll be cutting the arc here. Okay. Next, show the directions of projection. Show the directions of projection. So this completes your, no, it's not complete. You have to give the namings as well. So this is point C. So this is C dash. And this point is, so when you see it from here, so D dash and the brackets B dash. and this is A dash. Okay, A dash. So this completes your first position, initial position. I'll wait for a minute, then I'll move on to the next step. So let me move on to the next step. So next step, the surface of the lamina is inclined to HP at 30 degrees. So you have to draw a thin line here at an angle 30 degrees. Yeah, I'll take 0.05. Just draw a thin line at an angle 30 degrees. Okay. Not to worry about the length. Just draw a thin line at an angle 30 degrees. And do mention the angle here. Do mention the angle. Okay. Now, as you know, I have to place this line, that is from C to A, over this line. Okay, over this line, inclined at 30 degrees. What is this length? It is 28.28, and this is also 28.28. So you can just use your compass from this point. You can just measure this length, and from this point to this point, both lengths are same. You take your compass from this point. You just measure that length using your compass. I'll just put your radius at 28.28. Then I'll just cut an arc here. Use your compass and cut an arc. Again, from this point, again it is the same length, 28.28. 28.28. Cut an arc here. Okay. After that, you can join this with thick line. Okay. Join it with thick line. So one till here, other till here. And just name this. This is C dash, this is E dash, and this is D and B. So this is C dash. So this is your other two corners of a square lamina. And this is your A dash. A dash. After this, again, as usual, draw the projection lines using this and then using this to obtain the top view in the second position. Okay. Use the front view in the second position and top view in the first position to obtain the top view in the second position. So draw thin projection lines, horizontal and vertical both. So this is C here. From this point, and I'll drag till here. You see a small dotted lines there. So this is, you can see the endpoint symbol appearing to you. And I'll just draw a straight line till here. Yeah, I can see the dotted lines. And this one only till here. Okay. This B, so this is B here. This is A and C. So till here it is C. Up till here it is C. A. And from here to here. Okay. So by mistake, I'll tell you later. Okay. Then after this, you name them. Name them. Name this A. So this is B. This is C. And this is D. After that, you can join them with thick lines. Join all of these points with thick lines. All of these lines with thick lines. Properly place it and join them with thick lines. Properly. Okay. At the end, show how we have drawn it, that is direction of projections, by using the leader command in the annotation toolbar. With this, you have drawn it downwards. This to the right. Okay. I'll give 2 minutes. You can complete it. Then move on to the last final position. This apparent length of the diagonal is inclined to VP at 45 degrees. For the next problem, which we'll be doing, right, these two steps remain same, only the last step will change. Okay, fine. We'll move on to the last step now. So this apparent length of the diagonal. Here you have two lengths of a diagonal. Let me just measure them and just show it to you. Yeah? Let me just measure them. Yeah? Just measure from this point to this point. So this 56.57 is the true length of the diagonal. Okay? And from this point to this point, this is 48.98, which is apparent length of the diagonal. So in the question, if they give appears to be inclined, you have to take this length. Okay, this length. Okay? I'll tell you when to take this length. Okay, that is the next problem. Okay, now first and the foremost thing is draw a line at an angle 45 degrees. Okay, draw a line at an angle 45 degrees. Take a line, and while drawing it, make sure you draw it with thin lines. Draw a line at an angle 45 degrees. Just press that. Minus 45 here. 45 degrees. Okay, and once you draw this line, it's better you show the angle. Okay, 45 degrees. Now to get full marks, you have to show each and every step. Okay, you're not supposed to miss anything. After this, so this diagonal AC is inclined at 45 degrees. What I have to do is I have to just place this diagonal AC, which is of 48.98 length, onto this line. First, I have to just identify. I just place a point C here. Just place a point C here, anywhere on this line. Okay, not too close to the XY line, because when you complete this drawing here, it should not cross your XY line. Just place the point C here. Okay, then use your compass. Measure this length AC. Okay, that is apparent length. From this point here, just take this length, apparent length, and just cut an arc of apparent length here. Apparent length. Okay, so this is your diagonal AC, which is inclined at 45 degrees. Okay, apparent length of a diagonal is inclined at 45 degrees. Now you got C and you got A. Now you have to obtain the other two, right? You have to obtain the other two. Simply obtain the other two. Okay, you use your compass and cut an arc from point C and point A to obtain B and to obtain D. Okay, so you should first measure this length. You can see here all these lengths are same, 37.41, 37.41. Okay, now I'll just take a compass, just measure this using your compass. After you draw this, okay, after you get this diagonal AC, so just obtain the other two. Okay, so when you place it here, B is on this side and D is on this side. Don't interchange them. If you interchange them, your front view will change. Okay, your front view image will change. Front view projection will change. So here, I'll take this point. So 37.41, 37.41. I'll just cut an arc here. Okay. Similarly, from this point I'll take 37.41. You just okay. So I'll just repeat it once again. Did you get this? Just place this diagonal. Just use your compass. Just measure this length from this point to this point, and just transfer that here. Transfer that here. Just transfer that here. You can place this point anywhere, C point anywhere on this. Okay, don't place it too close to this XY line. I have to just transfer this here such that this diagonal is inclined at 45 degrees to VP. So I have to draw this. I have to draw this. Okay, I got this point and I got this point now. Now how will you get this point? You have to measure these lengths, right? You have to measure these lengths, which are same. Use your compass and just cut an arc. As you obtained this, right, rhombus, in the same fashion you obtain these points here. Okay. So here, this length is 37.41. You can just use your compass. You need to measure using a scale. Just use your compass and just take that length and cut an arc, one from point A, one from point C, here and here, so that you get these two. Okay. You take a compass from this point. I'll take 37.41. Okay. Cut one arc here. Okay. So again from this point, same length, because all lengths are same. AB, CB, CD, and AD, all lengths are same. Okay. So AB, CB, CD, AD. Okay. So 37.41. Same way you do it on the other side. Same way you do it on the other side. You are also 37.41. Okay. After this, so this is B and this is D. Okay. What we did is we obtained this edges AB, CB. So AB, CB, CD, and AD. AD and CD. So once you obtain them, just join them with thick lines. Just join them with thick lines. Here, let me start from this point. Just make sure you join them correctly, properly. And as I told you, this and this should look same. Okay, because we're just rotating this. Okay, I'm just rotating this so that this diagonal is at an angle 45 degrees to vertical plane. Okay, 45 degrees to vertical plane. Is it fine now? Okay, you can complete it. How will you draw the front view? You have to just draw the projection lines from this, top view in the final position and front view in the second position. Draw the horizontal projection and vertical projection line and complete the front view. Okay. Complete this front view. So this is point D. I know point D is here. Draw it till here. This is point C. So point C is only till here. I'll just draw it till here. Next point A. Point A is here. Okay. Then point B. Point B is here. Okay. Same, you draw the horizontal projection line from this. Same as you did in the previous problems. Only this is very important. Okay. I'm not supposed to go wrong here. Rest all things is again same. Drawing the projection line to obtain the final view. Okay. once you join it, make sure first you name it so that there is no confusion later on. This is A dash. Okay. So this is B dash. You can see here. Okay. This is B dash, and C dash is here. C dash, and this is D dash. And afterwards, you can just join them with thick lines. Join them with thick lines. Okay. Join them with thick lines. You just place this, select it, and just place it here. Okay. And without fail, you just show the direction of projections. These are to the right, and these are the upward direction. These are in the upward direction. Okay. You complete it, then we'll move to the next problem. So this is non-locus problem. Okay. So we have not drawn any locus line to obtain this, because here the angle which is given to you is directly apparent angle. In the next case, the angle which will be given to you is not apparent angle, it will be true angle. And you have to determine what is the apparent angle. Okay. That is, the angle will be given with respect to this diagonal. And you have to find out what is the angle with respect to this diagonal. Okay. Let's see how to do it in the next problem. So without fail, everyone have to just write down here. All dimensions are in mm. At the bottom, just write down all dimensions are in mm. Okay. Complete the solution, and I'll just show you the next problem. Okay. The next problem is this. You can see almost the question remains the same, only there is small change, and see the final position. Okay. First, we complete this. Yes. Yes. This one. This one. Okay. Let me just. Up till here, you got it. Yeah. This you got it. You are not getting this, right? So you have to just draw the projection lines. So first you have to draw x1, y1 line. In order to get the angles, in order to obtain the angles for with respect to vertical plane and horizontal plane, you cannot see the angle when it is placed like this. You cannot see the angle in the front view. You can see the angles with respect to both the planes in the side view. Okay. In the front view, in the top view, it looks like this. But in the side view, you can see what are the exact angles with respect to horizontal plane and with respect to vertical plane. You know, this is horizontal plane and this is vertical plane. So whatever this angle is with respect to vertical plane, this angle is with respect to horizontal plane. So how will you draw it? So first you have to draw x1, y1 line. So this is x1, y1 line, and this is your xy line. Within the intersection of these two lines, you have to draw a line at an angle 45 degrees. Okay. There are two methods to draw the side view. One is Mitra line method, other is arc method. So this is Mitra line method, wherein you have to draw a 45-degree line. So you know your front view is here, above x bar line. So below x bar line, you have to draw a line at an angle 45 degrees. Okay. After that, you have to just draw a projection line from here and this till this 45-degree line. Then I have to again draw the vertical projection lines here like this, and from the front view here. So you have to use both this front view and top view to draw this side view. Okay. So first, once you draw this, you have to draw this horizontal projection line since it's already there. So this point will be here. So this you have to draw it till this line, 45-degree line, and from here. So this projection is for point B and this is for point C. Okay, and here you have to take it up. Okay, and there, where is B and C here? From the front view, it is here. You have to just draw a horizontal projection line. These two will intersect. This is your point B and C, a side view. So it is B double dash and C double dash. And here, because since both the front view and top view, A and D are in the same point. So this is your A double dash and D double dash, and just once you get this, just join this. That is your side, and you can measure this angle. You can measure these angles. Okay, so this angle is with respect to horizontal plane. This angle is with respect to vertical plane. So what is that? Is what they have asked. Determine the inclination of the lamina with HP and VP. So lamina inclination with HP is 42 degrees. Lamina inclination with respect to VP is 48 degrees. With respect to HP, you will get it here only. Sorry, with respect to VP, you will get it here only. Okay. But you have to draw this side view and show the angles here. Is it clear? How to draw it? Is it clear? Yes? Okay. You can just complete this. Hope everyone has completed this solution. Everyone has completed this. Okay, fine. Okay, fine. Let me just fit this to the screen. And let me just copy this and insert a new sheet and just paste it here. And the first two steps, since they are same, I'm just copying it here. Okay, and just I'll delete this. For the next problem, these two steps remain completely same. There is no change at all. Let's see what is the question. Okay. So this was the question which we did now. And this question now. Now you can see the question here. Almost everything is same. A square lamina ABCD of 40 mm side rests on corner C such that the diagonal is inclined at. Okay. Instead of appears to be, it is inclined at. Rest all things are completely same. There is no change at all. Okay. Is inclined at. So only with that change, you can see how what is the solution here. Okay. What is the solution? The red line indicates true length of a diagonal, and this black line indicates apparent length of the diagonal. Whatever the angle which is given to you, whenever they give is inclined. So whenever they give is inclined, whatever the angle is given to you, it is with respect to this true length. So if they give appears to be inclined, it is with respect to this apparent length. That is the difference between a locus method problem and non-locus method problem. The one which we did was non-locus. This is locus. So when it is locus method problem, the angle whichever is given to you, it is with respect to true length of a diagonal here. Okay? It is with respect to true length of a diagonal. And you have to identify what is the angle with respect to apparent length. That is this angle you have to identify. This angle you have to identify. So how will you draw it? How will you draw it? Okay. How will you draw this? Up till here it is same. Up till here it is same. Okay. Now here let me show it in the solid. Okay. Just have a look here. Then later on you can draw it. Okay. Take your own time and later on you can draw it. I'll share the video. Okay. First, you draw a line of 45 degree here. Okay. First two steps remain same. Then show the angle here. Okay. Now, so this true length of a diagonal is inclined at 45 degrees. So what you have to do is you have to just transfer this true length onto this. Okay. True length onto this. And what is the true length of diagonal? It is 56.57. What I'll do is same as I did in the previous case. Okay. And instead of taking this apparent length, I'm taking this now. Okay. I'll take this, and from this point here, this is your point C here, and I'll just cut an arc of 56.57. That is your true length of a diagonal. Okay, true length of a diagonal. After this, I'll just name this. Yes, who's that? So this is, instead of naming it as A, I'll name it as A1. I will name it as A1. Okay. And here I'll name it as C. Okay, C. Okay. Here I'll name it as C. What I've done, I've taken this true length of a diagonal and I've placed that at an angle 45 degrees. Okay, 45 degrees. Whenever they give E is inclined, so this true length of a diagonal is inclined at 45 degrees. Okay, true length of a diagonal is inclined at 45 degrees. So to first transfer this, use your compass, mark point C and obtain this point A1. Okay, so here instead of calling it as A, I'll call it as A1. Okay, so once you draw this, you have to draw a locus line. So that locus line is represented by this line. Third option here. That is longer dash followed by smaller dash, which is used to represent the axis of a line. Just take this, and that must be also having a thin line. Okay, it should be drawn with thin line. So here, just draw this line. Okay, so it should be like this. Let me just place this A here, A1 here. Okay. Then let me just write down here locus of this point. Okay. Locus of A. Okay. Locus of A. This is locus of A. Then you have to measure this. Okay, you have to obtain this. So what you are doing in all the problems, you are drawing this over here, right? You are drawing this image over here, right? Over here, right? We are not drawing this here. Okay? We are not drawing the first step top view over here. We are drawing always second step top view over here. In the same way, for this also you have to draw this over here. For that, first you have to draw this apparent length of the diagonal and obtain the angle of the apparent length. So in the previous problem, the angle was given appears to be inclined. It was directly apparent angle. So here they have given with respect to true angle. Now we have to first obtain what is the apparent angle. First you have to transfer this true angle, okay, that is true length of a diagonal, onto this 45 degree line. Then you have to measure this. Okay, this is 48.95. Okay, I'll just take this. So how much it is? 48.98. I'll take 48.98. Then I'll just draw an arc here. Okay, let's draw an arc here. And after that, I'll just write here A. I'll just write here A and join that to C and A with thin line. C and A with thin line. Okay, thin line. C and A with thin line. So what we have done? So we first transferred this true length at an angle 45 degrees. Now, with this as a common point, see, C is a common point for both these diagonals, apparent diagonal and true diagonal. C is a common point, but A is a moving point. Okay, we know what is the position of this point. but we don't know what is the position of this. It is somewhere on this locus line. Okay, we have to draw this locus line, measure this with this common point, cut an arc here. That is your point A. That is your point A. After that, you have to measure this angle. You have to measure this angle, which is 55 degrees. So this is your apparent angle. This is your apparent angle. Okay. Whenever they give E is inclined, you have to draw it like this. First, transfer this. Okay. And what one as a common point, other as a moving point. Just draw locus line on the other line, other point. Okay, which is the locus of this point. It is locus of this point. It is a reference line, reference of this point. Okay, locus is nothing but a reference line, reference of this point. Then you obtain this point here. You obtain this point here, and this point you have to obtain it on this locus line. You have to measure this and cut an arc here. After that, as you did here, to obtain B and D, you have to obtain that with respect to this apparent line, not with respect to this one. Okay, not with respect to that one. Let's see what is this. It is 37.41, right? Let's take this point 41, not 7.41. I'll cut an arc here. Then I'll just cut one more arc here of 37.41. So with respect to this apparent length, not with respect to this true length. Similarly here, 37.41. Okay. Then here, 37.41. Cut an arc. Join it with thick line. Join it with thick line. So this C. Here it is B. Okay. A. Then here this point. You can zoom it if you are unable to join it. And this point. Okay. This point. And last step remains same. Once you obtain it, again you have to draw the projection lines to obtain the final front view. Let me just complete it. Before that, I have to just name this ends. So this is your end B. This is your corner D. Okay. So corner D. So draw the projection lines. 5. Draw the projection lines. So this is here. And this one, C is here. And A. And B. And this here. This one here. And this is here. Let me name the front view. So this is your C dash. This is your T dash. This is A dash. And this is P dash. Then join them with thick lines. Join them with thick lines. Okay. Join them with thick lines. Here, what is the difference? Almost the views are almost same, but only difference is this shape. Because here it is 55 degrees. Here the apparent length is 45 degrees. Okay, that is the change. And here answer you have to write down apparent angle is equal to 55 degrees. Okay, and all dimensions are in mm. Then it will complete your problem and show the direction of projections without fail. Okay, show the direction of projections without fail. So this is your locus problem. Okay, locus method problem. So what is the difference here? Almost question is same. Only difference is this one. diagonal is inclined at 45 degrees to VP. Here it is appears to be inclined. Rest all question is completely same. Okay. Rest all question is completely same. Let me just come here and show it here to you. Okay. I'll just change the angle of this. Okay. I'll just press Ctrl Z here. And instead of 45 degrees, I'll just make it as 55 degrees and see what is the change. How is your view? Okay. I'll just take this. I will take I'll change it to 55 degrees. Okay. And see what will be the change. Okay. You can see front view. Okay. Earlier it was smaller, now it is bigger. Okay. And this is your top view. Okay. Everything is same. There is only small change. And there is only small change. Make sure in the exam this carries more marks. Okay. 30% marks here, 30% marks here, and 40% marks here. Okay. This is your final view. So we are interested in this. Okay. We are interested in this view. This is front view and top view. Okay.